need to clean up my desk. There's so much stuff on it. What's good, everybody? Good morning. It's Monday, June 3rd. Happy Pride Month. Be gay, do crimes. You know the motherfucking vibes. It's your boy, Mike Summers, Major Linux, and it's time once again for another episode of Tech Talk today. And now that I'm saying that out loud, I am making some preparations to change some words in a place. Don't mind me while I do that, because I have yet to implement some automatic features to do that. Don't mind me as I type something somewhere else that you can't see and then make it disappear just like that. Ah, ha, ha, ha. I have all the power on this computer. What's going on, everyone? How you doing? How you living? How are you feeling? It's Monday. It's Monday. The work week has begun for some, and probably for me too, because there will be no games today at least. I'm not sure about the rest of the week because I've got to make some money. I'm going to try to do it at the beginning of the month while I do have an ability to do so, because my wife is taking a week off from in between. She's taking a week off in between jobs. So she can do all the pickup and drop offs except for tomorrow morning, because I just received a text where I have been requested to take my son to school, but that normally does not interfere with things that we do here. That's just a hot programming update. Let's see here. Weekend things that happened. Of course, you know, we have weekly protests going on. Downtown Raleigh. I was finally able to learn some things from the author of Palestine, Israel, and the U.S. Empire, Richard Becker, who came back to Raleigh. And if you are in Charlotte, go check him out. He will be in Charlotte tomorrow. Today. He'll be in Charlotte today. He was here yesterday. Definitely a very, very intelligent man. Kind of putting things into perspective, giving us a political analysis as to what is going on with the current genocide happening in Gaza, and how we got here over 100 and so years ago, from 100 and so years ago. Okay, that also out of the way. Hey, in cool things that have happened though, I am now able to play Fortnite on my PC. I have not tried streaming it yet, which will be a thing. There are still some technical issues that I've been running into with it, but I was able to play a game of Fortnite last night. 1440p, just over 60 FPS with hardware-based ray tracing on. So I feel good. Maybe some Fortnite will happen here. I don't know, but it makes me feel good that that was a game that I was having issues playing, and now I won't have those issues. The only other game that I think right now, the only other game I can think of right now that I had issues with playing at any decent performance, any decent performance, was Cyberpunk 2077. So that is probably another game that I'm going to try sometime in the near future. It might be tonight, after I get back from driving with the Ubers. So I can make some money and pay some bills around here. But look, that's my weekend. Hey, if you want to drop in, if you're in the chat and you want to drop in what you did this weekend, how your weekend went, that'd be fantastic. We can do that. But with all that being said, hey, there was some movement over the past 3 days in the tech space. I mean, mainly because, you know, shit happens on Friday too. And I have seen what's already come down the pipe for Monday. It ain't great. It ain't great. Just so you know, if you have Spotify, be prepared. I have some bad news for you. You probably already know. But let's get into the tech and gaming news, shall we? We also have some streaming news. U.S. lawmakers expressed serious concern to the NLRB about fired Google contractors. You know, I really love how is it how lawmakers speak, or how people in Washington D.C. speak, where it's like it's something that should be, you know, like alarming, like, oh shit, we need to do something, and it's like it's concerning, you know, serious concern about the thing that is happening, as opposed to, hey, we should probably do something about this. Instead of expressing concern, like, I feel like expressing concern is the new thoughts and prayers if, like, people didn't die. Even though if we look at what's happening in Palestine, you've got the State Department said what Israel is doing is concerning. If this is true, we find it concerning. Like, that is what they are doing. Stop letting the criminals investigate themselves. What the fuck? It's like letting Jeffrey Dahmer investigate his own murder. What the fuck are you doing? Y'all are the worst of the worst. Why do we keep putting you people in? Oh, wait. Some of us are trying to change that. But there goes the establishment. More than 40 people working on the YouTube music content operations team were fired in February, about a year after going on strike. On Thursday, 46 Democratic members of Congress sent a letter to the National Labor Relations Board urging the agency to act quickly on cases filed by the YouTube contractors who worked on approving music content against Google. The letter signed by Congressional Labor Caucus co-chairs Donald Norcross, Mark Pokin, Representatives Greg Casar, Alexandria, yeah, that was terrible. I should have not done that. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Maxine Waters, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, and 41 other members of Congress says, we write to express our serious concern regarding alleged retaliation and other coercive actions taken against the workers. Again, the only two people that I'm championing here, or actually the only one that I am championing right now, because although Ilhan Omar, I feel like, you know, she's down for the cause. Rashida Tlaib, we got you, dog. We see you. Maxine Waters, what are you doing? But then again, I forgot, Nancy Pelosi is still there too. Just retire. Go away. The letter also notes an incident last year with workers on the team training the Bard AI chatbot, saying this is not the first time that Google workers have been fired after attempting to organize a workplace. After Google content creation operations workers took steps to unionize their workplace in June 2023, Google fired 80 members of the 119-member team. The team said many of its workers were paid as little as $19 an hour and could not afford to follow Google's return to office mandate, as going to the office would be expensive. The Alphabet Workers Union, CWA union, representing the workers, filed several unfair labor practice complaints against the subcontractor Cognizant and Google as joint employees. The NLRB resolved some of these complaints, though 12 cases remain pending. Also, if you do remember, we covered some of these stories on Tech Talk Thursdays. And I believe That's Your Analyst. I believe there are some articles that were written about this. Mainly because I wrote them. So yeah, I'm glad that there are people who are now taking steps, even though this shit has been happening for quite some time. And it's like, oh, maybe now we should move? Like, no, you should have been moving prior to this. Thank you for now joining that fight. Like over a year later. Also, like, you know, we find this deeply concerning. Like, okay, I'm glad you're expressing your concern, but maybe you should do more steps. We should take more steps. How about we pass legislation that keeps this from happening? Like more of it, more stringent rules here that will keep this from happening. I don't know, like for those who are not, for those who are forming unions, maybe not fire the people who are forming the unions. I'm just saying, yeah, y'all let Reagan fuck everything up, man. Anywho, speaking of Google is putting more restrictions on AI overviews after it told people to put glue on pizza. I'm just saying maybe we should opt into the AI overviews before, you know, before we put like restrictions on the overviews. Like that's great. Let's put a restriction on this shit. But again, how about we not get the overview first? How about like I hit a button and then I get an overview? If I want the overview, maybe I want a list of links that may pertain to it, that are related to the search I am querying or whatever. And then if I need a summary, you give me a summary. Well, let's go that route first. I've heard from several people on Mastodon that I've heard from somebody on Mastodon, not several, just one person. One person on Mastodon saying that that's what Bing does. Like you can search on Bing, it will give you the list of links, and then you can ask Copilot or whatever the fuck Bing calls it. Which probably is Copilot. Like, hey, give me a summary. As opposed to Google, who will give you the summary, give you the overview or whatever, and then the list of links. And like that, I don't want to go through this summary to get to the links. I just want the links. Also, like, it's been a while since I've gotten this AI overview. So I'm going to try this query. Why does my candle burn unevenly? Yeah, so I don't know what it is. I'm not sure if it's because I'm blocking something, but I am not seeing the AI overview. Yeah, so it's not uBlock. Is it in tools? No. More? No. Yes, I don't know what triggers it, but apparently something is keeping the AI thing from triggering on my browser here. I don't know. Or maybe it's available only in Chrome. I could have sworn I seen it on Firefox, but apparently not. Let me try on Chrome. Or is it because I'm not? No. Yeah, so like it's on. Like in the labs, it's on. Just nothing. Yeah, I don't know what's keeping this from working. All right, let's try an incognito browser. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what triggers the AI thing. I've not seen it since they've turned it on, or at least not as consistently. But yeah, I don't know why these AI overviews are not popping up on my browser. Like, man. Let's see here. Next up, you can now edit RCS chats and Android messages. I just don't use Google. I mean, look, it's right there. It's oh wait, you can't see it, but like with a browser, like it's at the top. It's in the awesome bar or whatever they want to call it. I'm not sure what they call it in Firefox, if it's still an address bar or whatever the fuck that is. I think in Google Chrome it's called the awesome bar. I don't know, but it's there. I'm sorry. I know I can change the default search. I know. It's just there. I'm a person where when it comes to things like that, it's a thing where I say, like, understand the risk you're putting yourself under. I'm not going to tell you whether you should or you shouldn't do a thing, but understand those risks involved when doing it. And I understand those risks when doing it, just because I know this is making my life a little bit easier. What is the best? Okay, but you choose the worst product. What is the best product? What's the best product, Dajin? If you say DuckDuckGo because of privacy, I'm shutting it down. We're shutting it down. The best part is that paid one that I don't use. What? That was very vague. There's a paid search. There is a thing that's come out where it's like a aggregate search engine that you can run, and it pulls things from Google, from Bing, and all these other places. And it doesn't necessarily say, hey, you went to search for it. It's like open search or some shit, I think. Is that what it is? No, I don't think that it is. It is open search, because you can download it. DDG. Yeah, that definitely did not return the results. I was like, oh, DuckDuckGo. But see, this is what I was talking about. Open search was like something you can run, and it goes out and searches everything else and brings it back to you. Oh, wait, no, this is not it. Nope. This ain't it. Damn it. Is it? Is this it? No, this ain't it. Oh, shit. Open search might be something else I need, but this ain't it. There's some other search engine that you can run. I forgot what the fuck it's called. Anyway, while Dai just looking for the one that you pay for. Editing RCS chat messages. I did not know that was a thing that RCS couldn't do until recently. Or at least, is this something that Android's RCS message capabilities are inching closer to iMessages. Google said today that you can now edit RCS messages, bringing parity with the iMessage editing feature Apple added 2 years ago. The new editing feature gives you 15 minutes, the same as iMessage, to edit a message in Google Message app. Hold down on the message to bring up the text box to fix your typos or add extra clarity. So was it that the RCS standard could do that, or in Google Messages couldn't, or I don't know. I thought that RCS could already do that, but that is not a thing that they could do until just recently. Kagi. Let's take a look at Kagi. Kagi search, a premium search engine. Premium search engine. This is you get your tile. A high quality search engine with no ads. Welcome home. I mean, I also have a search engine with no ads. It's called Google with uBlock Origin. So how much does it cost to use this? Oh, look. 100 searches to try, and I guess that's it. 300 searches a month? Oh no, they have GPT. So let's see. Yeah, what is? Oh, see, I would like to have Kagi without the pricing. Can we just not? Can we just not get this without the pricing? Again, I feel like instead of commodifying things, we could just open it up to the masses. I mean, $6 is not that bad, but still, it's a thing of, how about we just not commodify shit? Hi, welcome. I'm Marcus Summers, your favorite communist on the web. not even your favorite communist, but still. There's a search engine like this, but you gotta get it off GitHub and you can run. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. I think that's what I'm looking for. That's the one I want. Is one I can run, I think, in a Docker container. That's what I want. I forgot. I meant to install it, get it running, but I guess I ran out of steam when I was doing all these different projects. Yeah, for me, it was months ago. And I was so excited about it, but then yeah, it just popped out of my head. I'm pretty sure if I went through a whole bunch of Network Chuck videos, I can find it. Oh boy, Spotify. Spotify's was in the news this weekend, and it's definitely in the news again today. Spotify will give you a refund for card thing after all amid possible lawsuit. For those who were not in the know, the card thing was a device Spotify sold to users to use in their cars instead of like using their phones to listen to Spotify. The product came out not even a year ago, like maybe just around a year ago. But yeah, Spotify decided they were going to kill it in December of 2024 and told users, hey, if you have it, like you don't want it back, you just throw it the fuck away. Which of course is like for people who may have just bought it and it's like, well, great, you're now just turning off the service and I now have this useless brick that I can't do anything with. On top of that, like there are people who were complaining about e-waste. That was definitely my biggest issue. It was like, well, this is just now fucking e-waste. I now have a device that just cannot do anything. It's one thing if I had a video game that lost access to servers and cannot do anything. Now you're giving me a physical device that is useless. So I guess enough people who actively had a device, and probably some who didn't, complained about it, and now Spotify is offering a refund for those who bought it. Confirmed to TechCrunch, Spotify has, quote, instituted a refund process, end quote, for car thing units. Users need to provide proof of purchase for the device booking, then get a refund for what they paid. Customers need to reach out to Spotify support to start the process. Some users already report having been able to get a refund, while others say Spotify refused to give a refund. Car thing originally retailed for $90 and was later sold on sale for around $30. Yeah, so this is a physical device that just runs Spotify. That's it. Oh, so this is a 2-year-old device. Excuse me. I guess I don't know what it's costing Spotify, but again, it's Spotify trying to find ways to cut costs while raising profits. As again, I've got something for later on in the show that will definitely not put Spotify in a good light. But then again, anything that's coming out from Spotify is not putting Spotify in a good light. I mean, that's because Spotify only deals with like audio shit, like music, podcasts, audiobooks. Like when you keep a narrow focus, sure, it's not as bad as, Google would be, but like when Google kills something, it's not like they're leaving you with that many dead devices. So, I mean, yeah, we could sit there and say, oh, they're doing better than Google, but also not to defend Google, but they do, like Google does a lot more than Spotify does. This also is just a problem for Google to have, where they are doing way too much. Like, imagine if Google just stayed in fucking search. Then we say, hey, Google search is still a thing. If I'm not mistaken, it's their most valuable product. The IRS is making its free TurboTax alternative permanent. The United States notorious blah, 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 blah. Let's see here. There's a little glimmer of hope as the IRS is making Direct File, its free digital tool announced in late 2023, permanent. According to the U.S. Department of the Treasury, a Direct File pilot program saved 140,000 individuals an estimated $5.6 million in filing costs for the 2024 tax season. Not only is the program here to stay with the current government at least, but its access is expanding. Taxpayers in 12 states could use Direct File this year, but the tool will be available in all 50 states and Washington, D.C. starting with the 2025 filing season. The Treasury reports that Direct File users approved of the tool, with 90% of the 11,000 taxpayers surveyed rating the system excellent or above average. Right now, the free TurboTax alternatives only work for taxpayers with simple filings like a W-2 or standard deduction. However, the Treasury plans to expand the reach and tax scope it offers in the coming years. Despite this expansion, it will be up to the states whether they want to participate in the program. Why are the states being idiots? Let me not say that. I mean, for all I know, maybe all 50 states will adopt it so that we can file our tax. Well, is this also for just federal, or this is a mess. The tax system in America is a fucking joke. And this is said as someone who could not file taxes this year. Kobe. But at face value, this is a really good thing here, because Intuit is known to lobby Congress to make the U.S. tax code so fucking convoluted that people have to rely on Intuit, and Intuit has cornered the market. Not only do they have the Quicken software, they've got the TurboTax software. I think Intuit owns H&R Block, which is a place that people like the big place that people go to get their taxes filed by tax professionals. Sure, there are other places. I know in North Carolina, we've got like Liberty Tax, and there are so many other smaller tax preparation places that pop up, almost like a fucking Spirit Halloween stores every few months, or like every few months out of the year. But yeah, like it would be nice if there was a free way for millions of Americans to be able to sit there and file their taxes without having to jump through the fucking hoops that, you know, Intuit forces us to by making the tax code fucking bonkers. So yeah, finally, there are parts of the federal government that are looking out for us. Unfortunately, they could be doing better. Speaking of federal agencies, federal agency warrants critical Linux vulnerability being actively exploited. The U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, which again, I hate that Ars Technica calls like federal agency. You just call it CISA. Please, just call it CISA. Like, let's not make it seem like it was the Food and Drug Administration that said, "Hey, yo, there's this active Linux vulnerability we discovered." The U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency has added a critical security bug in Linux to its list of vulnerabilities known to be actively exploited in the wild. The vulnerability, tracked as CV 2024-1086 and carrying a severity rating of 7.8 out of a possible 10, which compared to what I've seen over the past year, not that bad, but still bad. Allows people who have already gained a foothold inside of an infected system to escalate their system privileges. It's the result of a use after free error, a class of vulnerability that occurs in software written in C and C++ languages when a process continues to access memory location after it has been freed or deallocated. Use after free vulnerabilities can result in remote code or privilege escalations. The vulnerability, which affects Linux kernels versions 5.14 through 6.6, resides in nf_tables, a kernel component enabling the net filter, which in turn facilitates a variety of network operations, including packet filtering, network address, and port translation, NAPT, packet logging, user space packet queuing, and other packet mangling. It was patched in January, but as the CISA advisory indicates, some production systems have yet to install it. At the time this Ars post went live, there were no known details about the active exploitation. So, hey, if you are running production systems, you are not updating your systems regularly, I recommend that you do that now. Now, of course, I've had one person come through and say, yeah, like there's nothing about it, nor is it like there's no information about it. Dude, there's a whole ass article that explains it that I posted, on top of the fact that there is like a CVE for it. So if you really want fucking information, you can find it. And then another dude who was like, yo, like calm down. Like they would already have to have access. Not the fucking point here. It's the point. The point of the matter is there are people who probably have exploited systems. Again, these are production systems, which means people are probably using this, don't know they're using it, and they're on servers that could possibly be actively exploited, if not already being actively exploited. So I don't know. It will behoove the people who have not patched the system to patch a fucking system. Like, I'm sorry, if there is an exploit that could just result in escalated privileges and, you know, could cost me my data, maybe, just maybe, I have a vested interest in people patching their shit. It's motherfuckers like that where it's like, man, don't even worry about it. Like, look, they gotta be in the system to be in the system so they can take care of it, so they can, you know, fuck up the system. Motherfucker, if there's a hole, there's a fucking hole. Fix it. Stop being fucking lazy. Patch your shit. It is so much easier, so much more affordable for you to patch a system than sit there and deal with a data breach later on because you were too fucking dumb and lazy to not patch it. The fuck out of here with that bullshit. The absolute fuck out of here. And people are just fucking stupid. Like, what argument are you making? Massive Ticketmaster and Santander data breaches linked to Snowflake cloud storage. Yeah, Ticketmaster going through it. Ticketmaster is going through it. A data breach potentially affecting as many as 560 million Ticketmaster accounts and a confirmed one for Santander. Santander is a major Spanish bank. Thank you. And one confirmed for a Santander. Jesus, I was good until I started second guessing myself on how to pronounce that. Santander Bank may have stemmed from attacks on the cloud storage accounts with a company called Snowflake. Damn, those damn snowflakes. As spotted by Bleeping Computer, an investigation from cybersecurity firm Hudson Rock reports that a bad actor gained access to Ticketmaster Santander. You know what? This bank, by using the stolen credentials of a single Snowflake employee. I feel like somebody got social engineered. Or it could have been fishing. Or farming. I don't know. Santander. Thank you. Santander. That just does not roll off the tongue. It really doesn't. Like, I'm pretty sure it means something in Spanish, but just does not roll off the tongue for me as an American. I'm gonna need an American translation of Santander. I'm gonna say it like just like an ignorant American. Santander. According to Hudson Rock, the hacker bypassed authentication service Okta. Jeez, Okta again. Using these credentials and then generating session tokens to obtain a trove of information from Snowflake. In addition to Ticketmaster, which publicly acknowledged the breach later on Friday evening, and Santander Bank. Damn it. Hudson Rock suggests the hacker may have gained access to hundreds of other Snowflake customers. Ooh, this ain't great. This ain't great. A few of the major brands that use cloud storage service include AT&T, HP, Instacart, DoorDash, NBC Universal, and MasterCard. The third actor involved appears to be from the hacking group Shiny Hunters, which attempted to sell Ticketmaster data on the dark web for $500,000. Shiny Hunters also claimed responsibility for the Santander breach and put information said to belong to over 30 million customers up for sale. Snowflake has seemingly disputed Hudson Rock's findings in its most recent response, saying that while investigating, quote, potentially unauthorized access to certain customer accounts, end quote, it, quote, observed increased threat activity beginning mid-April 2024 from a subset of IP addresses of suspicious clients we believe are related to unauthorized access, end quote. So are they disputing the fact that they, like, one person got caught up in this shit? More details on those findings are available here, but the company says that while a bad actor accessed a demo account belonging to a former employee, it didn't contain sensitive information. It claims that to date, we do not believe this activity is caused by any vulnerability, misconfiguration, or malicious activity within the Snowflake product. Even before Ticketmaster confirmed the breach, malware tracker VX Underground said it could assert with a high degree of confidence that the leaked data is legitimate. It notes that some of the leaked information dates back to mid-2000s and includes full names, emails, addresses, phone numbers, hash credit card numbers, and more. Earlier this month, Santander published a statement to confirm that certain information of customers in Chile, Spain, and Uruguay have been accessed. The Verge reached out to Ticketmaster and Santander with requests for comment, but didn't immediately hear back. As of May 31st, noted that Live Nation has now confirmed the data breach. Okay. So right now, I guess we don't know what data was leaked. According to Snowflake, they're saying, hey, nothing too bad was leaked. My thing is, you got hacked, motherfucker. Like, I love the save face part of it, but can we just focus on the fact you got hacked? Like, we can care less how they got it. The fact of the matter is they got it. Like, what the fuck? Moving on. Apple says that the iPhone 5S is now obsolete as iPod Touch 6 becomes vintage. Now, when I posted this article up, you know, I felt like I wanted to pander a bit, right? And say, hey, time and obsolescence marches on. To where I've heard responses from people saying that, I don't know, the iPhone 5S, maybe it was time for it to go. So I want to know where we are in this argument of planned ops, like, because especially like people keep fucking punching Apple for it, right? When I feel like an iPhone last, like, this is up until recently, right? This is up until recently. As somebody who was using Android and was, you know, for a brief bit, going through a phone every 2 years, mainly because that's how contracts worked in America at the time. An iPhone would technically last longer and would still have like decent performance compared to an Android device. Like after 2 years, I would notice my Android phone would be fucking slow and would accurately attribute that to just how software works. It becomes more complicated, and giving aging hardware, it won't perform as good as you want it to, right? And I don't know if the average everyday consumer recognizes that. Like they'll buy a laptop or a desktop or something like that, and they see it last for a while. And not really, and like, so I don't know where they're coming from when they say like Apple does planned obsolescence, and like it was really egregious when they said, oh yeah, like your iPhone will physically break after 2 years or something like that, or like after a year that will force you to get a new one because it broke somehow. Like the glass breaks, like it's so fragile. Like I have dropped countless phones, iPhones, Android. Like I've dropped countless phones. Only one of those two of those devices broke. It was a Samsung Galaxy S2. Back when they used to have different names. When Samsung was like still naming their Galaxy devices different names depending on the carrier. So I can't remember what the one was on Sprint, but it was the Galaxy S2. I dropped that one and broke it. And then was able to get it, convinced my dad to help me upgrade my phone because I was still on my parents' plan at the time. And then I had dropped the Motorola Razr. When Motorola started making the Razr smartphones, my wife and I both upgraded to Motorola Razrs. And like within 3 days, I had missed my pocket walking into work one morning. It hit the pavement. This was back when I was not using cases. So yeah, this is just back when like it was like kind of like metal and glass. Yeah, like they were experimenting. They did not have the best glass. So yeah, when it hit the ground, it shattered and I was able to get it replaced. But those are the only 2 times when I dropped the phone and it broke in any significant way. But yeah, like when people are talking about planned obsolescence of iPhones, like they're making it seem like, yeah, like just like if you breathe on the iPhone wrong, it breaks. It's like, I have never had that experience. I have never seen that experience. I owned an iPod Touch, like first gen iPod Touch. And it's like, that thing was fucking durable. I loved my iPod Touch. Like, I don't understand where people were coming from. It's like, no, y'all are just fucking clumsy as shit. Like, you are terrible with holding phones. And like, the iPhone must have been your first smartphone, as like, because like, yeah, you could drop a Nokia. Like, you could throw that Nokia into a nuclear bomb and it will still exist. It is like that fucking Game Boy from the first Gulf War. So yeah, when you switch to an iPhone, yes, it is more fragile than your fucking Nokia phone, but everybody's was the same way. You were just very clumsy. Also, this is the first time you've dealt with something that is a small, like that is literally a small computer in your pocket, and you're not used to the performance degradation of a small computer in your pocket like you were, like you are with a desktop or a laptop. So it's really weird that planned obsolescence conversation that people have. It's like, no, you're just not used to metal and glass, or you're just not used to glass being in your pocket and being careful with glass. 2, you're just not used to having a small computer in your pocket, which over time, software gets complicated. Software becomes more advanced, and trying to run that on old hardware becomes an issue. Like, you just don't understand like the balance that software and hardware engineers are trying to make. Like, I'm not excusing a company, but it's like to sit there and say that, oh, a company is actively doing something against you. And it's like, no, that's just how computers work. Is like 2 different conversations. They don't, but the problem is also cost of devices make it hard for them to accept that. And that's true. That's true. Like, the cost of some of these phones, especially at the beginning with the iPhone, like it was like at that time, granted, when you look at the cost of an iPhone in 2010, it's really affordable compared to what an iPhone costs now in 2024. But yeah, given those costs, it was an unsubsidized price. Excuse me. With those unsubsidized prices, yeah, like I can see like, yeah, it's a lot of money, but also, again, understanding capitalist markups on things. And it's like, if we toss that all out the window for a second to say that, hey, this is what the thing actually does cost for everything. Not just for the iPhone, but for everything. Like, my GPU cost $1,100 to make, and I bought it for $1,100. My iPhone cost $700, and it cost $700 to make. That was the cost of doing business. Like, hey, you shrunk down components in such a way to make a mobile pocket computer with a multi-point touchscreen that can surf the web, get your emails, and then in a future update will serve you apps. They shrunk down the Mac OS X operating system into a small device. Like, and shit, it wasn't 2010, it was 2007. Excuse me. Geez, 2010 is when the iPad came out. To sit there and look at what they did, what they were able to do with it. Like, yeah, I could see it costing a bit. Like, wow, that is amazing. You shrunk a computer down into a 3.5-inch screen. That is fucking incredible. I can see why it costs this much. But yeah, like, people don't understand that. People don't understand the cost that it would take to make a thing like that, on top of the fact that, hey, this is what computers do. Like, it's not like the iPhone was future proof. Like, I can say, like, yeah, this computer that I have here will last me more than 2 years. It'll probably last me as long as the iPhone 5S lasted for people, right? But yeah, like, people just do not understand how computers work. So bringing them into the smartphone world and for them to expect like this will last about as long as my flip phone did is a terrible idea. And again, it's where I feel it's another place where I say, hey, tech literacy matters, and people need to start like there are people like me who need to start explaining this stuff to the average consumer and say, look, this is not planned obsolescence. This is just how computers work. Just because this happened with your Nokia, with your Motorola Razr flip phone with physical buttons, it's not going to work the same with a smartphone. The smartphone is a completely different, it's a completely different device. It's a completely different category. It works completely different than what you were expecting before. If you are not ready for that, don't go this way. But yeah, it's just, there's also a hurdle we're not going to get over. Built to last engineering from the greatest generation is pretty much set as the gold standard for 3 generations. Okay. Now I'm getting some context from conversations that were happening with Discord. Gen Z onward don't know about it. And I guess that's what that, I mean, you're right. That is what that is. But yeah, I see where you're coming from. I mean, and it's at that point too, where I feel like, no, I can't argue that. That is actually like a fantastic fucking point that I did not consider. Like, yeah, software fucked that up. Computerizing shit fucked it up. Built to last is like, look, you build a thing and it will continue to do the thing. Like, that is like a machine. Like, what we're looking at now is a computer, and computers ain't that. It's old and doesn't work as fast. Need to upgrade versus this still takes calls and texts. I can still browse my favorite apps. Why should I upgrade? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, so the iPhone 5S will still technically do that. It will still technically do that. Like, they're technically phones. They're still, like, I'm pretty sure like the iPhone 1 will still technically do it. Well, maybe not. Yep, I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you to do the thing, and you did it. I don't think I can do that here. Let me see. Where is the option that I want? Ah, there it is. Boom, boom, boom. And he's gone. iPhone 1 can't do that because SIM cards. Yeah, that's what I was, yeah, I realized like they were still on like 2X because yeah, the next phone was the iPhone 3G. 3G, I think, doesn't really exist like that. So we're looking at what I'm not sure what the first LTE iPhone is, but that would be it. Like whatever the first LTE iPhone was that we can probably still use. But I mean, if you're using it on wireless, if you're using the iPhone on wireless, but then, well, yeah, I would still say iPhone, like an iPod Touch, like you can do but so much, but an iPhone on wireless, you can kind of get away with it. Maybe. Someone who has an iPhone 1, let me know. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, like, I get the people. I mean, yeah, like FaceTime. You use FaceTime. But yeah, it for the built to last generation, I get it. And it's still like that explanation of like, hey, it's not like that anymore. And sure, I feel like the people who I'm explaining that to are stuck in their ways. So I was like, all right, fine, whatever. Look, just do whatever. Oh, really? Yeah, see, I don't have an old enough device that will tell me that anymore. I have an iPhone 6 or 6S around here somewhere. I don't know, but it does not boot anymore. So I don't know what that looks like anymore. I used to have an iPod Touch, or not an iPod Touch, an iPad Mini. I don't know what I did with it. It's got to be somewhere in his house. I don't think I gave away that iPad Mini. I think the iPad Mini is somewhere in his house. Yeah, I ran into the problem with my mom can't watch Netflix on her 6-year-old Chromebook. Wow. But that's like the app and not like the website, right? Like I imagine like, look, Chrome is Chrome. You just be able to just load up Netflix on Chrome. Also, yeah, with that being a Chromebook, everything's fucking running in Chrome. Damn, that sucks. Like I did not realize like shit. Yeah, no, we're just fucked all the way on that one. Yeah, okay. Some of that I could see. That right there, that Netflix on a 6-year-old Chromebook, nah, dog. No, I ain't buying that. I ain't buying that. That's bullshit. Netflix, stop it. But yeah, for those who, and like again, like most of the people. Okay. Another realization I just came to with regards to all this. The people who I see that are my age, I don't know how old you are, but people who are my age that I see who are complaining about planned obsolescence, right? Are most of the people, okay. Most of the people who are complaining about it are coming from a place where it's like, it's still that tech literacy part, but it's because like they were raised in a way like their parents, like just like they do not. And I guess it's just like the excess of wealth. Like, whereas like I have access to a lot of technology. I've been exposed to so much of it. Whereas like I understand it. Not everybody is sitting from that position of privilege like I am, to where I can sit there and make those arguments. And I guess like that's the problem, right? That's also another problem where the experience is like me. Excuse me. It could be just like me being whatever age I am, or me being 36, and it's like saying, look, I have experienced and touched all of these things, and you know nothing at all. It is not as bad as you say you are. Like coming from a perceived holier than thou position, and I can see how that is also an issue, right? We come from an era where a fridge worked 20 years minimum, and if it didn't, it was a terrible fridge. Yeah, like my fridge is my refrigerator. Yeah, I'm feeling that way. Like my phone, it's whatever. I have come from a generation where like I had a flip phone too, and yes, I expected those things to last forever. Like my Motorola flip phone that I had, I did not have a razor. My LG Rumor, my texting phone. I expect those phones to last forever, right? The technology was going to be old, but I expect those phones to last forever, right? My refrigerator is the thing that, look, it does not need to be smart. My washing machine does not need to be smart. My oven, my microwave does not need to be fucking smart. There is a limit to smart shit I am willing to deal with. And I'm already upset that my ice maker and my washing machine, my refrigerator doesn't work. And it's not a smart refrigerator at all. But unfortunately, like where I say like planned obsolescence is like you give me a 2-year warranty on a refrigerator, and then the ice machine breaks like 2 years and 1 month into ownership of said refrigerator. Yeah, like phones are one thing. Smart, like again, I could see if they were marketing the iPhone like the OG Motorola Razr, right? But they don't. So it's like going from a dumb, for lack of a better term, or for a lack of a better term, dumb phone to a smartphone, I can see how like these are two different products. One is going to last me forever, but it's very limited. One is like bleeding edge technology that probably won't make it out of a decade. I understand. I get that part. But yeah, like if you're going to make like a dumb washing machine and it lasts only 5 years, yeah, fuck you. So yeah, that was a pretty good conversation there. I like that. Like at the end of the day, I really think that people just need to consider that what the products they are buying, understand that they are different product categories and that they are going to last different times. But to blame Apple for planned obsolescence is in my mind just disingenuous, because it's not the same as the phones you grew up with. It's more of a computer than a phone now. It does way more, and it's just not going to be able to keep up with the technology that's coming out day after day after day. Like even the current new dumb phones fall into planned obsolescence. I will blame Apple because fuck Apple. But again, it's that thing of we can't, like I said, iPhones lasted longer than Android phones. I'm just going to put that out there. iPhones lasted longer than Android phones. So again, I would look at Samsung, I would look at Google, I would look at LG. Like, I don't know how to tell you. Again, as someone who likes Android, as someone who was using Android when this conversation was big back in the 2010s, like it's the thing was I can hold up my Android phone that I had I will have to replace this in a year and a half, whereas somebody could buy an iPhone that came out in the same year as my Android and will be able to hold on to it for 5 years. Like, I am not an iPhone stan, but I never got the argument of planned obsolescence on an iPhone. But yeah, and I will just say that yeah, an iPhone will last longer than an Android phone, at least back then. Now the jury is out, because again, I'm waiting to see what these Pixels are doing. I'm one of those people who will use a phone well beyond security updates being stopped. Yeah, I will say that I have been switching iPhones. At one point, it was every year. It was like it depended. It really depended. I went from a 7 Plus to a 10 to an 11 Pro to a 12 Pro and then a 14 Pro. So there was at one point where I had a new iPhone every year. But yeah, after the 14 Pro, I've had to stop for obvious reasons. But even then too, I did not see, even if I had a job when the 15 Pro came out, I didn't see a reason to upgrade to the 15 Pro. Even if I see a reason to upgrade to the 16 Pro, if situations don't change, I don't foresee an upgrade because of reasons. So yeah, like, and then too, like, I think the oldest piece of tech that I own is my Apple Watch. I still have the Series 5. I'm just using it for calls, text, and a few apps. I went from the Galaxy S7 to Asus Zenfone 9. That was a solid 8. Woo! Yeah, I'm thinking about it now, like, especially given the journey and stuff that I'm going on from a capitalist standpoint, a consumerist standpoint. And yet, like, I'm going to say, like, my current situation is what has got me thinking in these terms nowadays. To where, like, yeah, I'm thinking about, like, what is it like to sit there and hold my car for a lot longer? Like, that I'm not too concerned about, because it's not like security updates. Again, that's like it's like a built to last thing, even though cars nowadays aren't really. But yeah, like, what does it look like for me holding on to my iPhone a lot longer than I usually do? What is it like holding, like I've held on to my Apple Watch because again, it still works for what it is. Like what is it going to be like to sit there and hold on to a lot of the tech that I have for a lot longer than I'm used to? One, because of the situation I'm in, and two, because of the fact that a lot of this tech is coming from is being built from places that are being exploited by imperialism and colonialization and exploitation. So it's like, I now want to say, okay, I bought this shit. I bought this shit under ignorance. All of the things that I am currently using were bought under ignorance. I have not bought a new piece of tech. Like, it's been over a year. And one, I look at it as like, well, damn, like, yeah, if I had the money, this would have been different. Like, I would have bought shit, not really thought about it. But now it's like, the shit that I own now, I'm good. Like, it was at a point where, like, when I lost my job, I thought, it was like, you know, well, fuck it, I'm good. There's nothing that I want. There's nothing that I see that I want. Like, now it's just like video games, which come with its own set of exploitation. But even then, it's like, I may be missing out on like a cool new game that I would like to play. But like, at a certain point, it's like, I don't know. I still got games here that I'm enjoying or haven't played. Like, I'm enjoying my Steam Deck. And now I'm like trying to figure out how to really get the performance out of my computer. Like, I'm actually doing things that don't cost money. It costs me time and research to do the things I would do where I would throw money at it. I do have an LG V30 ThinQ that I use as an iPod Classic replacement. You know, no need to worry about security updates. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, none of the shit that I have is at a point where they're going to cut out security updates. So I feel fortunate that like I've put myself in a position like where things happen in a way to where it's like, all right, cool. I miraculously topped off all my tech, lost my job, and now I'm just going to coast until like shit really gets bad. Ooh. Again, this is why we need more walkable cities and high-speed rail. This is what we need. We need more public transportation. That's what we need. Nvidia and AMD are bringing Microsoft's Copilot plus AI features to gaming laptops. I've already seen Tesla remote brick their cars. They're inadvertently bricking cars too. Like, just all these damn Cybertruck issues that are popping up is just amazing. Amazingly bad. Let's see. Nvidia and AMD are gearing up to launch gaming laptops that include the AI Copilot Plus feature that Microsoft just announced for Qualcomm powered laptops. At Computex today, Nvidia briefly teased that RTX AI PC laptops are on the way from ASUS and MSI that will eventually include Copilot Plus PC features. AMD hasn't officially detailed its AMD Strix laptop CPUs yet, which will undoubtedly be announced during its own keynote later today. Well, this did come up before AMD's keynote. I think I looked through today's stories and there's updates for AMD's stuff in there. And yes, they did update some stuff to bring some AI in. So yep, I don't know. I'm torn. I'm really torn as to what is this. Like, I do not want my computer to this Copilot Plus shit is really dumb. I don't like it. And it's a thing where I hope I can just turn it off and just like, it does not store the data. It is like me turning it off is like, okay, we just won't surface it. We're still going to store it. We just won't surface it. But yeah, if this is the route that we're going, even with hardware, like if I were to buy new PC components, I was to buy a new PC or something like that. If this is what they're going to do, this is what Microsoft's thing is, like the default Windows is Copilot Plus shit. or like they just build it into Windows. They don't even call it Copilot Plus anymore. It's just now with Windows, they don't talk about it because it's just so integrated into Windows now. Yeah, like I think that at that point, yeah, I'm switching to Linux. It's like, all right, cool. Hey, Tech Talk Thursdays will no longer be available. Will be available, but it will be a minute because yeah, I've got to rebuild a whole bunch of shit. I will like it's a thing where like once that happens, it's like, look, all right, we're taking our month-long hiatus, to kind of rest up for the end of the year. At this point, I will be rebuilding PC and Linux. But luckily for me, I have none of that hardware, so I don't have anything to worry about when these features roll out. Like my PC can't run it, so it's the one thing I am glad my PC cannot do. Thank you. I should buy you a treat, but I cannot afford it. I was gonna get some RAM, maybe some fast storage somewhere, bigger fast storage, but I just can't afford it right now. But you're doing a good job. Girl, you doing a good job. Girl, you doing a good job. I'm sorry. I gotta make my PC feel good sometimes. Yeah, you're doing a fantastic job lately though. 11 years after launch, 49 million people still use their PS4s, matching the PS5. Oh yeah, by the way, I have split this up just like on Tech Talk Thursdays where we now have a tech session and a gaming session. Welcome to gaming. Again, this kind of proves my point. Why did we upgrade to a new console? Like people are still playing their fucking PS4s. Or it could actually point out to the fact that did the PS5 really sell as great as you think it did? Because there is a similar number of PS4 users to PS5 users. I'm just saying. Granted, the total gameplay hours, which is right here. There are more people playing the PS5, spending more time with their PS5s than they do with their PS4s. But like when it comes to people using them just in general, they're the same number of consoles out there. Of course, after we stated earlier that Sony would like to have a two-pronged approach to their PC releases, we get an announcement that God of War Ragnarok has been confirmed for PC, and it will be coming out on September 19th. So yeah, those who want to play that new God of War on the PC, you will not have to wait much longer. And a bit of good news for Microsoft. Microsoft and CWA forged labor neutrality agreement covering all ZeniMax workers. Similar to a deal from 2022 between Microsoft and Activision Blizzard. Microsoft and Communication Workers of America, CWA, have forged a labor neutrality agreement for all ZeniMax workers. The CWA says the deal is similar to the one from 2022 covering Activision Blizzard's workforce, which went into effect in April of this year. Quote, thousands of our ZeniMax co-workers now have a free and fair path to organize together for better working conditions. In quote from Paige Branson, senior quality assurance tester, wrote in a CWA press release. In 2022, the Xbox maker signed a formal agreement with CWA to respect Activision Blizzard's employees' right to organize, set to take effect 60 days after Microsoft's acquisition closed. It didn't become official until earlier this year. It also extends Microsoft's early 2023 recognition of ZeniMax QA workers' right to unionize, and it now includes every eligible employee at ZeniMax. So good for them. Good for those workers. Again, we here at the Major Linux Show, Tech Talk Today, Tech Talk Thursdays, Desk Your Analyst, the Major's House family stand in solidarity with the workers. You fight for what you deserve. Former Activision Studios former Activision studio Toys for Bob partners with Xbox to publish its first game as an indie, as they said they would. I just put this here just to say, hey, they did it. They did it. They said they were going to do it, and they did it. So here you go. Ooh, excuse me. Project G-Assist is Nvidia's AI vision for the ultimate gaming sidekick. Because what gamers want is a backseat gamer when they can't get it on Twitch. During its Computex keynote, Nvidia released Project G-Assist for the creation of customizable AI assistants for PC gamers running on GeForce graphics cards. These AI assistants can be tuned to help you in specific games, providing detailed information about your personal adventures while reacting to on-screen events. They can also analyze and tune your entire gaming PC on the fly. Okay, that's doing a lot. That's doing a lot. So it's not necessarily like a backseat gamer, as I flippantly referred to it as, but I don't know. Maybe. But if it fucks up my performance in my game, then I don't want this shit. Also, why do we gotta throw AI into everything? Stop. Good news for Linux gaming fans, and I feel like I was also a part of this, just briefly. Linux user share on Steam breaks 2% thanks to the Steam Deck. Also thanks to me, because I also played on Linux briefly during this survey. So if you see a down spike, it was me. I went back to Windows. Let's see. With the latest info from the May 2024 survey, Linux has now hit 2.32%, with Windows at 96.21%, down 0.55%. Linux at 2.32%, up 0.42%, and Mac OS at 1.47%, up 0.12%. The Linux distribution breakdown: the Steam OS Hollow 64-bit at 45.34%, or plus 3, which got a gain of 3.01%. Arch Linux 64-bit at 7.9%, down 0.34%. Free desktop SDK Flatpak runtime, 6.05%, up 0.04%. Ubuntu 22.04.4 LTS 64-bit at 4.76%. Linux Mint 21.3 64-bit at 4.23%. Manjaro Linux at 64-bit at 3.18%. Ubuntu Core 22 64-bit 2.62%, which I believe is their immutable OS. Pop! OS 22.04 LTS 64-bit 2.57%, and other distributions 23.98%. I'm curious because, I noticed one distribution was not listed. Okay, so it's not. Oh, okay, so it's like apparently Fedora was too small to count. Which makes me sad. Just seems like the most people are playing on MacBook Pros. Not enough people are playing on the Mac Pro. All that hardware, nobody's playing on the Mac Pro. Last but not least, and this is the streaming section, Twitch is disbanding its Safety Advisory Council and replacing it with streamers. According to a report published at CNBC, Twitch has decided to terminate the contracts of all the existing members of its Safety Advisory Council. The council received the news that Twitch would not be renewing their contracts earlier this month, and they will reportedly be terminated effective Friday, May 31st, without further pay. The Advisory Council was formed in May 2020 with the goal to enhance Twitch's approach to issues of trust and safety. It was made up of 9 members, including Twitch streamers, moderators, and outside experts with experience studying and combating online harassment. The group assisted Twitch on the development of new safety policies and products while also acting as liaison, acting as a liaison able to bring the Twitch community safety concerns to decision makers. Though these contracts are at their end, Twitch intends for the Safety Advisory Council to continue. In a statement to The Verge, Twitch Trust and Safety Communications Manager Elizabeth Busby writes that the streaming platform will expand the council's membership to roughly 180 members of Twitch's ambassador program. So again, they are now just going to outsource that work to people who are just giving free labor. I have been told that an individual on our team would love to cover this. So you definitely will expect to hear this story again later on this week. So that's all of what happened this weekend. Let's check and see what's going on right now. Let's see, of course, AMD's Ryzen AI 300 is built to dominate thin like Copilot Plus laptops. This is coming from PC World, and of course, everything is about AMD's presentation. I see Linux, I click button. What's going on, Reaper? How you doing? How you living? How are you feeling? Also, AMD Ryzen, AMD's first Zen 5 CPU is the monster Ryzen 9 9950X. So yeah, we've got chips that are coming out in July. When is the AI laptop processor? And it seems like a lot of this AI shit is coming to laptops and not necessarily desktops, which does not make me feel good about any of this, because this Copilot Plus shit has been talked about laptops, not desktops. Which makes me wonder if desktop PCs don't need the AI chips and they're going to be able to roll out this. Damn it. I don't like this. So yeah, these AMD AI chips are also coming out in July. They've been talking about the death of the desktop platform for a while as well. As a PC gamer, I'll never give it up. I'll never give up the desktop. I won't. So yep, AMD, a lot of AMD news this morning. Let's see. Something is happening with Starfield. Oh, that's another thing I need to check out. AMD had their Computex presentation. So it's yeah. Oh, I know. I looked in Discord and some Verge had provided some information for me on that. But yeah, opening up the RSS feed. Yep. All right, cool. AMD talked about their shit. Asus ROG Ally is an AIO, right? And people do run it as a PC, so it's kind of started. I guess. I mean, so is the Steam Deck. Guess. I don't know. They come up with this Ally. You say that the Ally did barely sell, but this Ally X, I'm thinking that might get some people. But yeah, the Steam Deck still reigns king for what it lacks. Let's see. No. Adobe scolded for hosting Ansel Adams style images generated by AI. Shogun Star talks for Ghost of Tsushima film role. The Steam Deck is the bestseller, but it's fully modular, so people are swapping parts like it's a PC. It's sold enough for an Ally X iteration to be made. Yeah. Also, they probably realize that, okay, yeah. I mean, it's the Ally X, and I think I talked about it on a previous episode of Tech Talk Today. Like, it is what I would consider to be a mid-gen refresh. If a mid-gen refresh was like, oh shit, we sold this thing, and yeah, there were better things we could have put in it, so let's put these newer things in it that people actually were looking for in a handheld. Like, I feel like Steam or Valve didn't have to do that with the Steam Deck, because it's like, look, this is just what it is. It is just something you can play your Steam games portably. Like, we weren't really trying to, like, they did the Nintendo approach and was like, here is a portable PC. This is it. We're not trying to sell you something, you know, bleeding edge. Have it. Excuse me. It's only time when people have a base dock that has the computing power and the mobile handheld component. Yeah, that too. Like the price was really good for what they were trying to do. Yeah, I kind of want to dock for my Steam Deck, but it's still like, well, I don't know where I will put it. Again, like that's the whole thing with this Mac Mini back here. It's like, it's here. I have it. I could do something with it, but what? Like my niches are already filled and it's already split between two different desktop PCs. Like I have a Mac Studio and this Windows PC, and it's like, I really don't need both of them. And it's the reason why I want to trade in all of my Mac stuff. I really wish I had the cash to kind of go, all right, cool. Here are my trade-ins. Here's my Mac Mini. Here's my Mac Studio. Here's my MacBook Pro. I want to trade this in for a bomb ass MacBook Pro. You have a dock. It's handy when you're someplace else. I guess, but I just like, it's like people who are playing the Switch in handheld mode. I like the fact that I can just have it in my hands, put some headphones on, and it's just me. I don't need to take over a space. Like I'm going on a trip in July, and I would be interested to see what that would look like. But also, I gotta find some way to be able to invest in a dock, so I can actually do that. That would probably be like my first new tech in 2 years. If I recall, the LAX only changed their battery button sticks and SD card fuse, only slightly changed the shape. Otherwise, no, they put some, from what I understand, there's more memory in that joint, or at least faster memory in it. Oh, when I have it in desktop mode, it's for using desktop mode. We're playing FPS. Got you. Yeah, when I need like I have my laptop for that. So I guess it's like, it's the redundancy thing for me. Where it's like, I have a laptop where I will do desktop related work on it. And I don't play many FPS. I guess I could, but I don't. Could you add the Steam Deck on your TV with it? Yeah, I could, but would I? No, because I like, again, this is why I have this couch back here. Like I will sit on the couch either up here or downstairs and play it while having something else on, like a TV or something like that. If I'm trying to catch up on some old YouTube videos, if I'm just like if I got Archer or something on in the background, or again, like or like the titular girlfriend mode when a lot of these second screen experiences were being launched back during the PS4 era, where it's like my wife or my kid are watching on TV and I do not care what's on there. I just load up the Steam Deck and just teleport myself elsewhere. Justin Long, the I'm a Mac guy, has gone from Apple to Intel and now over at Qualcomm to, again, now just poke fun at Apple and their ARM-based chips, because everybody wants a piece of Apple when like they barely have that market share, I guess. But I mean, I guess it's the brand recognition. If you attack the brand, you make yourself relevant. And I guess Qualcomm now trying to move into desktop PC space out of mobile with their ARM chips. Maybe that this was their move. It has like, people know who Justin Long is just from the I'm a Mac. And yeah, like him doing like the, hey, I'm a PC, or I've switched to PC or shit like that. Like they kind of snipe at the early version. Like, look, I was young and dumb. Now I use Windows PCs with varying architectures in them, you know. I remember him from a few comedy films and also being the creepy guy in the Barbarian movie. I remember him from, I forgot what movie he was in that I remember him from, but yeah. I mainly remember Justin Long as the I'm a Mac guy. Wait, wasn't he in, he was in a Die Hard movie, right? He was the geeky guy in the Die Hard movie, right? No. Justin Long was in a Die Hard. I know. I think Kevin Long was in the one with Timothy Oliphant, right? The Die Hard movie with Timothy Oliphant, where it was like the hackers going against each other and shit. And they were having like a fire sale or something. And it was like something to do with Social Security and burning shit up or something or another. And it was like a mobile unit of hackers in a truck or something. Like, I don't think people liked that Die Hard. I think it was the fourth one, Live Free or Die Hard. Yeah, I think it was the fourth one, and not a lot of people liked that movie, but I did because it had hackers in it. Let's see. Damn it. Now I'm just gonna look it up. Justin Long was in it. And Kevin Smith. Wait, Kevin Smith was in that movie? What was he doing? Wait, Mary Elizabeth Winstead? Maggie? Oh, wait. Yeah, Maggie Q was in that? I might have to watch this movie again. Yeah, I don't remember all these other people, but yeah, like, with this cast right here, I might have to go watch this again. Did he? That's acting roles. No, doesn't look like he directed one. He only acted in one. Let's see, what else is going on? Oh, there we go. This is the reason why. Spotify is increasing its U.S. prices again. A year after Spotify first increased the price of Spotify Premium in the U.S., it's happening again. Next month, subscribers to Spotify in the U.S. will start receiving an email detailing the price increase to Premium. Duo and family plans, Spotify Premium will now cost $11.99 a month, up from $10.99 increase announced last year. Oh, wait, this isn't new. I don't think this is new. I think this is the one where it's like, they were talking about increasing the price by $1 because of the audiobooks, but you can now get the audiobook version or audiobook free version at the current price. I don't think this one's new. I think it's just like, hey, it's happening. The 5 best Blu-ray players of 2024. PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X are definitely on the list. Kingdom Hearts 4 and Metal Gear Solid Delta, I guess, will not be at Summer Games Fest. That's a bummer. Really? Come on. Can black people just not exist in the gaming space? Oh my God. Abubakar Salim addressed his fever pitch of racism received after launch of Tales of Kenzera Zhao. Quote, we are being faced with constant targeted harassment from people who see diversity as a threat, from people who look across the vast landscape of modern media and decide that anything that doesn't speak to them or centers around them is unnecessary and inauthentic. There's always a reason diverse stories can't exist. It's either we're doing it the wrong way, or it's just there to tick boxes, and it's just beginning to feel like there is no right way. These exclusionary rules just continue to stack up, and the goalposts continue to shift until me and my studio, people who look like us, just sit down, be quiet, and just accept the fact that you're outsiders. But I won't do that. Fuck yeah. If there are people who aren't like you in a game, I want you to know that game is still for you. If the characters are a different race or a different gender or a different ideology or a different perspective, that doesn't mean the game isn't for you. It can still be for you. It's an opportunity to live in rich new worlds, to explore different perspectives, to explore different cultures. You just need to be open to it. Like, again, like what he is saying is true. And like, I know he's not talking to people like me, because of the fact that people like me have had to do that. We've had to suspend belief and like, all right, cool. We're just going to play as another generic white dude, you know, putting on his white savior complex and just like trying to save the world. So it's really weird. Like, you know, that people who look like me, black and brown people across the world have to capitulate to white folks. And it was like, all right, yes, you're the default. And like, we can't have people that look like us, and then you can't play those characters. So yeah, I stand with him. It's like, yeah, fuck you. Play somebody who doesn't look like you. Understand their experience. If you don't want to play it, that's on you. But we're not just going to go away into that dark, quiet night. Fuck that. The fact that they're giving this man shit, man, fuck out of here. Like, I want to buy this game. I really do. I want to give him all of his money. I want to buy this game on damn Steam, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. I'd even buy a PlayStation version. I don't even have a PlayStation. I will buy it on all the PC platforms. I want to own this game on every conceivable platform it's being sold on. Like, fuck this bullshit, man. Like, I will never. So yeah, Reaper, you missed. So this is the creator of Tales of Kenzara Zhao, Abubakar Salim, addressing the racism that he and his studio have gotten since the release of his game. You know, about an African prince who just wants his dad back. But yeah, I would buy every conceivable game. I mean, every conceivable copy of this game just to give him his flowers and not even play the game. I mean, I would play it, but like only on one platform. I would just own it elsewhere just so I can give him. Oh yeah, I played the demo for it. It's really fucking good. That's why, like, I know I'm going to play it, but I want to buy it everywhere I can just so I can give him as much money. Just to give him as much money as I can if I had the money to do so. It's a really fucking good game. And I hate this for him. Steam Next Fest is coming up. I guess I should hold on to that. Oh, great. AI weather forecasting. Oh yeah, billionaire space tourist cancels lunar flight amid changing SpaceX priorities. Hey, you should not exist, but I mean, good plan. Good plan. Ticketmaster hack could affect 560 million users. Again, why do we have to put Taylor Swift on everything? I understand she's like the face of the Ticketmaster lawsuit, but I don't give a shit. Like, there are other people who sell their tickets to Ticketmaster. Can we stop focusing Taylor Swift, please? And fucking thank you. Netflix code. Oh wait, no, that's tech dirt. That is definitely, it is a. It's like they do talk about real shit, but I forget their headlines are definitely very jokey. But no Reaper, no bad Reaper. Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna pass this one up too. Save that for later. The Rising stuff. That is a very plain looking headset. How much is it? Cool. Nah, yeah, we can keep that. Y'all can keep that shit. Google leak reveals thousands of privacy incidents. I might hold on to that for tomorrow. I did not see any for the AM4 socket. That is news to me. I know that they're keeping AM5 around for a bit. Windows AI feature that screenshots everything labeled a security disaster. Yeah, well, we could told you that. Kena Bridges. Now I need to finish this game. I bought this game because it looked really nice. I need to finish that. I need to go back and just play it again. A Ryzen 9 XT. I might have to go back and look at some of that stuff. Let's see. Yeah, there isn't. The CEO of Zoom wants AI clones at meetings. Shut. Can we get rid of the CEOs, please? Okay, yeah, I definitely need to watch that. Yeah, I have the 5900X in my PC right now. Ooh, 4 additional cores. Oh, I could put my 5900X in my Major Lab joint. But I ain't got the money to do that. Elon Musk is taking on Tesla oathbreakers and fight for his $56 billion pay pack. No, no, no. It makes the gears in the head spin until the money starts flowing in. It's, oh, wait, no, it just comes to a grinding halt. Oh, shit. It's official, baby. It's official. The Sony PSVR 2 PC adapter launches in August. And the part will cost $59.99. I can only hope that they will sell. I can only hope that they will sell it as a pack-in and not increase the price. Or like if they increase the price by $50 with the PC, like just like knock off $90. I think they may sell it for $550. I'm thinking they'll sell it for $550 or $549. Like if you buy it as a pack-in, then it'll be like $550 for that part, as opposed to like $500 for the headset that would just go to the PS5. Exactly. Like that is the whole thing. That's been the whole thing. That's been the ball game. When that information was kind of like teased by Sony, like that was the thing. It was like, all right, cool. This will be the best PC handheld if they truly do it. I think it does come with the controllers. I don't know why I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't come with the controllers. I mean, you're absolutely right. Like VR is still in that weird space. Like there are people who are definitely VR enthusiasts who this will definitely cater to, right? And I get that. Like I have the Quest 2. And the thing with the Quest 2 is like I can use it without a PC, but the thing was I can plug it into my PC and have a PC headset. That's what kind of made the the PS VR headset kind of appealing to me when they announced is okay, now I can plug this into a PC. I don't have a PS5, but I would definitely like if I did not have a VR headset, wanted to get into VR, and like there were enough VR games out there, and then on PC there are a decent number, way more than just what's on Sony, what's on Oculus or MetaQuest. There are a lot more on PC on Steam. And yeah, like having a $500 part is very appealing, especially like when the next the next cheapest is $300, and it doesn't look as great as the PSVR 2 would. So yeah, good on Sony for finally releasing that part. I do not care. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm saving my videos for the server. Don't mind me. Yep, there goes AMD unveils 2 new Ryzen 5000 chips as AM4 refuses to die. That I actually might recommend that to my friend instead of going AM5 or going AM5 in DDR5. Actually, I think he's going Intel, so there's probably nothing I can do for him there. I did recommend Intel to him if he wasn't going to do content creation stuff. So yeah. X has new rules that officially allow porn now. Yeah, because that's what you need. That's what the incels need. So Sony pissed off PC with trying to force PC folks in the PSN world to convert to console, but then does PC a solid with the VR2 adapter. Again, I feel like Sony Computer Entertainment and whatever the hardware division is, or Sony Interactive Entertainment and whoever does their hardware are 2 different companies. They are 2 different companies. It's like Google. Like they don't talk to each other. They don't talk to each other. They don't care at all. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me this morning. Thank you so much. It's like Sony TV is different to Sony cameras. Oh yeah, don't forget Sony sells insurance. I think Sony sells insurance. Konami owns health clubs. Like, look, Japan is wild. They're Zaibatsus. Sony is a major financial bank. Like, again, like, I guess when it comes to like rampant capitalism, like, look at Japan. Like, whew. It makes sense. VW sells insurance too. That seems like a conflict of interest, but okay. Is it car insurance or like health insurance, life insurance? Like, what is it? Car insurance. Remember at one point you could have a Mitsubishi car, AC, TV, and appliances. Oh yes. Remember Daewoo made cars and microwaves. And now I don't see them anywhere. Whatever happened to Daewoo? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so yep, that's it for the news today. Really do appreciate you all coming through. Of course, I am not entirely sure when we get back to playing some games, because again, I am going to be going out trying to make some money to keep Major's house afloat. If you definitely would like to help support at least DCA, but yeah, Major's house is almost entirely DCA at this point. Hey, we got 25 bits. Let's go. The cheers, the beers, get used to it. Man, I have not said that in a long time. ReBC cheer 25 bits. Thank you so much. But yeah, definitely you can hit the Ko-fi link if you like to help me personally. Of course, you got the Cash App somewhere. It's linked somewhere. It's on Mastodon now, apparently. But if you like to help DCA, definitely appreciate if you would over to patreon.com/deskchairanalyst. I do not have buttons for that. I should do that. That may be a side. That might be a Major's House show side project. I should write that down somewhere. But yeah, thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. Of course, you all could have been anywhere in the world watching any stream in the world. You could have been reading the tech and gaming news yourself, but you said no, thank you. We needed to catch up on some things over the weekend, and Major Linux is the best one to bring it to us. And for all I've got to say, and I said thank you so much for that. And all I've got left to say to you wonderful people is no one is going to protect us but ourselves. I love you. Peace out. Y'all still here? Anywho, thank you so much for tuning in to another video. Really do appreciate it. Of course, if you like the content that you just saw, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things that the YouTubers ask you to do. I guess that includes me now. Anywho, yes, like, comment, subscribe. Really do appreciate it. Support the channel over Patreon, PayPal, whatever. Check out the links in the video to anything else I might be pushing, hawking. I don't know. Did I sell out by now? I recorded this ages ago. Have I sold out? Let me know. But until then, I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.